In this video, we're going to walk along the shore from camp to Hills Resort. The lake is quite shallow out about to those orange buoys out there, not too deep. Very clear water. That's Hills Resort over there. That's their marina. This is the Forest Service swimming beach here. And if you bring a boat, you can tie it up to those pilings. You can't beach it here on the sand, but you can tie it up to the pilings. And you're allowed to have a dog on the leash down here. But I see people throwing sticks in the water and the dogs running loose. So take that in mind. And got no lifeguard on duty. Do have picnic benches there for day use. This is a day use area. I believe you have to be off the beach by 10 p.m. 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. That's when the beach is open. This is the view from the swimming beach. Several islands out there that you can day camp on. I believe there's some you can even spend the night in a tent on. No bridges or roads to them, as boat in only. But it is a wonderful view. Directly across on just around that point are the other two campgrounds. And there's a road that runs right along the shoreline to get to those camps. Gravel road. So it's good shape. Looks like they sprayed it with oil or something. It's not too dusty. There wasn't too many potholes. The road was passable by any type of vehicle. And that boat dock you see there, that's private land. But they do have a trail that's accessed by the public all the way around this lake. So the homeowners can't block you from the trail. And the trail runs well past that resort. Trail runs in those hills and then runs back down on the edge of the lake and runs all the way around to the campgrounds. So from the resort to outlet campground is 5 miles. That's the last campground before that turns back into the Priest River. From Priest Lake to Priest River and runs down to the town of Priest River. Earlier video I called it the town of Priest Lake. It's the town of Priest River. Mistake. This is Priest Lake we're at. This is the little trail. Squirrely guy. Lots of squirrels up here. I don't know what kind they are, but they're quite brave. I think people must be feeding them. The trail's pretty good, not too rough. You see through the trees here, there's one of those big picnic tables for day use. It's very close to the water. And it has a nice trail. There's the picnic table. Very shady in here. And this is the amphitheater for the Forest Service. And they do have blacktop here. And this blacktop trail runs all the way up to the day use area. So if you're needing a wheelchair assist or a walker that needs some firm, smooth ground, this blacktop trail runs to the parking lot all the way down to this amphitheater. Never seen it used. Here's the view if you're sitting at the amphitheater looking out towards the water. Pretty nice, I think. And this sign is the boundary of the campground. And they have some instructions here. This trail's open to hiking, cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, no bicycles. So no e-bikes on here, just the foot traffic, which is pretty nice. You can see some of the private cabins are on right outside the National Park campground, National Forest. See, some of these cabins are pretty spectacular. And there's their view, their dock. Well, they had boats out here a few days ago, but it looks like they pulled them out for the season. This is getting the time of year when it starts getting cold and rainy. You see how clean and clear that water is. It's beautiful. Path is good. There's a view of the dock and the lake. The other side of the lake also has cabins around it. There's a State of Idaho campground. Let's see if we can see it. It is directly across. And that they have them packed in very tight there. And it's spendy, but I believe that some of those sites they actually have some cabins and they have some electrical or water hookup there. They have a big beach and a boat ramp also, and that's run by the state. And that's on the east side of the lake. National Forest Service campgrounds are on the west side of the lake. Another nice cabin in the woods. Some of the trees are pretty big. Been here a minute. Another cabin, big rock in front of it. And there's their little deck. And there they have a boat lift. They can lift the boat out of water. Nice view. Beautiful view. Water's so nice and clean, clear. Shallow part's not too cold either. Another cabin, Grinnell's. This area in here is probably the roughest part of this whole trail. There's got some roots sticking up, so you got to watch your step a little bit. Another nice cabin. This place got a little sandy beach of their own down there. Walk down to. Some of them, the beaches are quite extensive, and other ones don't have a beach. But if you got a dock, maybe you don't need a beach. You can just jump off the dock and go swimming. Party boat going out for the day. Got a cabin up there into the woods. Some of these so nice. Now that I'm retired, I think I wouldn't leave. I wouldn't use them seasonal. I'd stay here all year round. Of course, I imagine these are well beyond my retirement check. This one's a real beauty. Beautiful. Oh, they've even built themselves some stairs. They don't have to climb down the embankment. Go out to their boat and out to the dock. Nice little pathway. Looks like they have a guest house or a garage or something behind it, and then the road's up behind that. Like I said, that road up there has very little traffic on it. Here's a new one, and I believe the owners are actually building us. They've been working on this a couple of years. I think they come up when they have spare time and work on it as a family and a group. And I think everybody in the family is chipping in. A bunch of gals and guys all working together on it. So it's quite shady even in the hot summer days is nice and cool on the lake edge here. They're coming along on this place. Of course, they got a nice stairs and a big boat ramp also, so they can use that while they're building. This place is gorgeous. Never ever seen anybody here. Boy, it's a stunner. Beautiful deck. 3 sets of double doors leading to the deck. Curved upstairs balcony. Really nice. Now let's see what view they got. There's the view. Not too shabby, I'd say. Looks like they don't have a dock in there right now. Oh, it looks like it's up at the shore here. Got a brand new dock. That must be where it's going to go on those pilings. Maybe they pulled it in for the season. Who knows? It's a beauty though. This place got a good distance between it and the neighbor. I don't know if they own this property also, but pretty impressive stack of firewood. So the main road's not right there through the trees. It's up higher. It's another couple 100 feet up the hill. Another beautiful place. Nice set of stairs leading out to the boat dock. Pretty sure I could overwinter in that place. Now down here starts where they get some real wide beaches, real sandy white wide beaches that are very nice. See this place? Big A-frame window, very big trees, and they're looking out their dock. Got some real nice railroad tie stairs, nice and wide. And they have a real big sandy beach. Chairs and a fire pit. The beach is quite large. Big enough probably to play volleyball on. And of course the scenery is fantastic. Another little bit of an older one, but well kept. Looks like they got some solar lights for the rock path. Very nice, very elegant. See, they have a nice beach Nice and wide. Nice boat dock. Their boat's still in. Probably still coming up on the weekends. Or whenever else they can get up. I'll tell you, if I had this spot, I'd be up here maybe permanently. Get a lot of snow in this far north, but about 40-45 miles maximum from Canada. So pretty far north. 5 or 6 feet of snow each year there here. Not all at once, but you know, over the whole winter. And it's quite variable. One year you have not too much snow, and next year a whole bunch of snow. Comes at different months. Here's another little old cabin. Real nice beach here. Great view. Giant pine trees. Been here a long time, that tree. Longer than that cabin. Any people. Indians used to gather here, and in the summertime, and when the salmon and the fish were running, and berries, a lot of huckleberry picking going on. Here's another beautiful cabin, if you call that a cabin. Not like a house. See the view they have. It's fantastic. See, we're getting pretty close to the resort. Beautiful. And this split rail fence here brings you to the property line for the museum and visitor center. Earlier video we passed it when we were driving down the road, the turnoff for it. And this trail takes you right through it. We'll take a little walk up around it. It's probably closed today, but we can look in the window, you can see the building, and they do have some old mining equipment and stuff. A little garden with signs of what the bushes and trees are. It's free, just they're looking for donations. And of course, if you want to volunteer in the summer when it's open, they're always looking for volunteers to help man it. A few days ago we went in, I didn't film, but we went in and it was open. First time I've seen it open since I've been here. They also have some storyboards that face the lake. We'll go take a look at those too. Has information about the here, we'll go take this trail. Here's one of the storyboards telling you about the tribute to those who served during the White Pine Blister Rust Control Project. So they was brought in from Europe on accident, and it got into the white pines and killed the majority of them off. There's a little parking area and a little garden. As you can see, it's got the names of the trees: western larch, tamarack. So those lose they look like a pine tree, but they lose their leaves every fall, and they turn neon orange. And all the leaves fall off. They look like they're dead. So they got a whole little garden here of different bushes and plants and trees and the names of them. This is Priest Lake Museum Native Plant Garden. So these are all native. They started in 1999. They got this old flagpole. It's from the former Bismarck Ranger Station located west of Nordman. served as a ranger station from 1927 until the new Priest Lake Ranger Station was built in 1964. So pretty nice if you're into trees and bushes and wondering what the names of them are you see in the forest. You can see they got all kinds of tags and signs here letting you know what they are. Western red cedar, that one's got a couple signs on it. Snowberry waxberries. Oh, we've got some berries on there. I don't think you can eat those kind of berries, just saying. Here's one of the big timbers they probably took out of here. Nature garden. Someone spent a lot of time, a lot of work on this. You can see it's pretty big. Goes around that other side over there. There's probably 50 or 75 of these little posts with the names on there of what the plants are. This is a plaques, people's names, a sponsor, help keep this scenic for us to watch, look at. And there's the cabin, built in 1935. I bet this place was an antique back then. Lots of camping spots in those days. You probably had to clear the forest first. Just say they built them sturdy back then. Oh, they got some, it's like some free brochures about the lake. Okay. Yeah, there's no light in there really, so you can't really see. It's not super big, but it is packed with a lot of information and a lot of history in there. There's even have a bunch of pelts of like caribou, beaver, wolf that you can pet and see what the different textures are. Elk, moose, deer. That's pretty interesting. Grizzly bear, that grizzly bear, you can touch the fur. It's the map of the lake. Some benches and tables out here. Of course, you got to have the dinner bell. And this is the view here from the porch of the old Forest Service building. They did a lot of silver mining here. Lead, silver, gold. That's what got it going at the turn of the century. Early 1920s and stuff. Actually, early 1900s, I think. Got some storyboards over here. We'll go take a look. They do have restrooms here. They're usually open, even when the museum's closed. I got another little storyboard about the Priest Lake Mining District. Got some stock shares there. That's kind of cool. Developing a claim, sourdoughs of grub stakes, claiming a mine. You can have some maps of how far down they went and stuff. So 1888 is when the prospectors came. Newspapers began touting the Priest Lake Mining District as the next Coeur d'Alene district, a region producing handsome profits since 1882. That's what the advertisement in the paper said. Regardless of the rugged isolation of the lake, more than 100 miners combed the region hoping to find a bonanza of silver, lead, copper, and even gold. 1981, the Idaho Bureau of Mines and Geology prepared a compilation of all the mines and prospects around Priest Lake and identified 57 individual properties. Most of the named mines are shown on this map, so they show you where all the mines are on this map, or most of them. Very interesting history. And here's some of the old photographs. I think the Idaho Continental Mine was the biggest. You can see the little town there. Some of the miners. And I think they mined for quite a few years. I think up to World War II is what I believe. World War II, I think they all shut down. Interesting history. Here's one of the old ore carts. These were built over in Spokane and filled full of ore. Dumped the cart. Some pictures of them. Old miners working them. I got another piece of equipment here. Giant boiler. Oh, steam boiler. Power their steam equipment. Well, that thing's a hunk of steel. A little rusty, but I think it's going to hold up a few more years. Looks pretty thick. Yeah. Some kind of contraption. Also heavy duty. I don't see a sign for it. Oh, the Wood Rat Mine. That's the name of the side-by-side trail that goes up down by the resort down there. Is called the Wood Rat Mine Trail. I haven't been down there. They got lots of information outside, even when that's the museum itself, the building's closed. You still can access this. Old-fashioned winch. Oh, not a winch, a winch. And they made the outhouse or the bathrooms match the building. I'm sure much newer. I doubt in 1935 if they were bringing flush toilets out here, but men and women. Got some more information even in the vestibule there. Well, what do you say we continue on down to Hills Resort, walk along their beach and see what we can see. An old-fashioned boat out here. More storyboards. Tell you about this cabin. There's some original pictures of it. Can't sink in boats. 1923 is when the patent for that was filed. Air tanks and outside wood keel to help keep it so it can't sink them. They're made in Spokane also. Steel boats were rented at many of Priest Lake resorts and were popular with the cabin owners. It was used around 8 Mile Island between 1950 and 1980. And they do have a paved blacktop path. I kind of missed it, I guess. But runs up to the cabin. So if you're in a wheelchair or something, you can get down to the lakefront. Oh, and here's the history. 1920s, 35, 1900s, 10s. And then it became a museum. Awesome. It's like 1990, 1989. Awesome. Glad they turned it into a museum and just didn't bulldoze it and put a tilt up. Here's another storyboard. Tells about a view of history, names of the mountains that you're looking across at. There's a lookout tower, as you can see there, Lookout Mountain. That's across from us. There's the sandy beach. Some brave souls.
Hi.
excuse me. Some brave souls in the water. As you can see, this area in here have very wide, popular beach. Now I believe this section of the beach that's in front of the museum is public, that you can swim on here. It's not private. And you can see how nice and white and sandy it is. Very good for swimming. Oh, and here's the story about the Indians. Kalispel tribes came and caught fish here, made fish weirs, late summer and fall. Whitefish. They dried them for the winter months. Huckleberries, caribou. They had caribou here. Hunted deer. Just think how different this was back when just native people were here. No cabins. You're definitely roughing it out here. Another nice residence, summer cabin or what have you. And their nice boat dock. Well, this is all private property here that you see with the docks. On the right here we have another new project. Great big outfit going in. Gonna be a good view, a good beach. We're very close to walk to the resort, Hills Resort. And of course the view itself is probably worth $1 million. Volleyball nets there. Big sandy beach, calm waters. And that's pretty cool. They carved some giant logs into long benches. They got a fire pit in the middle. How fun is that? You know, we're getting very close to the resort now. You can tell when you get to the resort property is they have these little in-ground square lights, little posts that have a cutout of the shape of the lake. Another nice place. Corresponding beautiful docks, beautiful view. So we are out there past that orange buoy. Around that tip is the campground. There's some of the islands. Morning. First cabin I've seen with a person, actually, resident there. Another beautiful place. Looks like they're Cougars fans. My son's a Cougar alumni. Another beautiful beach with the benches and fire ring. Nice chairs, canoe, all the essentials. Couple boats, party boat, speed boat. What more could you need? Well, this is one of the cabins you can rent from the resort is here through the trees. So you can see it's right on the beach. Easy access. Oh, here's one of those little light posts. So you can see it's got the lake shape cut on all four sides that the light comes out of. So you see the small piece, it looks like it's detached. So there's just a little creek or small river that runs between those two lakes. That one's called Upper Priest, and then Lower Priest is the big one. This is the Hills Resort. We drove through the front, now we're on the beach side of it. You can see it's pretty nice. In front of all the cabins, they have these little benches. They put a stack of firewood, they got a fire pit, and they got some courtesy docks for you to either swim and jump off of or tie your boat up if you got a boat. They even have a little playground here for children. Dog waste station, pet policy, so you can have your dog out here, but you gotta clean up and take care of it. Pretty nice equipment here. I think there's another playground at the other end. You can see some of them are multi-story cabins, probably just rent sections of it, and then some are standalone cabins, and there's a lot of them. And of course they got a full restaurant, bar, outdoor patio. They have like a hors d'oeuvre menu for sitting outside, sandwiches, hamburgers, and then they have like a high-end dinner restaurant that's open in the evening. I think open from 5 to 10 or something like that. Some of these are standalone cabins. And you just go from there to the beach. So very, very good access. Nice wide trail down here. They maintain this place, keep it pretty neat and orderly. Another one of those barbecue fire pits. Some of the cabins are A-frame set further back. Some are up closer here. You see the nice deck that this cabin has. 2 stories it looks like. They got a picnic table right up by the house, and they all have Weber barbecues next to them at each one. So that's kind of nice. You want to barbecue, bring your own food to your cabin. You see that you have an abundance of them. You got parking up in the front, and then on this side just unobstructed view of the lake. And this is the resort's marina. There is a charge to park your boat there overnight, and there's a charge to launch your boat. Some of these cabins are quite large. This one's at least 3 stories tall, looks like to me. Another very large cabin back there. More like a chalet than a cabin, but pretty nice. You can see they got some rock retaining walls, big swimming beach. Looks like they got a gas pump for your boat out there on the dock. I'm sure they probably have rentals, boat rentals, paddleboard rentals, things like that. They even provide a little section up here. Doesn't have the fire pit and the free firewood, but it's got some beach that you can swim off of. You can see it's really nice. Got grass in between the buildings. You want to play a little bit of frisbee or something. This one looks more like a apartment style. Still pretty nice. Place is well lit at night. And this brings us to the resort main building. You can see here, this is where we drove in this morning. Wasn't any side-by-sides there at that time, but see there, got a couple here now. It is a real nice building here. The outdoor patio is also very nice. Some shade, little sun. It's got a couple of different levels. They come out here and serve you out here. Not sure the patio hours. It's about 12 o'clock, but today's I believe it's a Tuesday, so the end of the season might not be too busy. Now I don't know if this resort's open year-round, but I would imagine it is. And that's the day use area, or the public area, where you see the little girl getting in the water. This is their volleyball court, marina. Way around that point up past that orange ball is the Forest Service beach. You see kind of the trees are back away from the water a little bit. Got a question about the marina rates and information. A nice sign here. Gives you the particulars. And so behind those signs where the Hobie Cat is, those are the registered guest beaches that have the fire pits and the benches. And then down to the next signs down here is open for swimming and playing in the water, or sitting in the sand, getting a tan, whatever you want. They do hold corporate events, special events, weddings, and things like that here too. So sometimes some of the areas are closed off. They even rent this restaurant out. It's a pretty big restaurant for sure. Restaurant bar. The bar is also very large. There's a pickleball courts up there with a big smoker barbecue. And sometimes the pickleball, they're all set up with chairs and stuff. Usually it's set as pickleball, just for special events. And then on the other side of the main building, it's a whole another row of cabins, very similar to the ones that are on before the main building. Another little children's playground, some equipment there. Like the bear lost one of his ears. They got this little wood carving of a bear. Pretty nice. Swings, a slide, tire. Nice cabin there. Looks like it's got a brand new deck on it. Imagine they do take a little maintenance in the harsh weather up here. But you get plenty of shade in the hot summer days here. Big pine trees are a welcome addition when it's 85 or 90 degrees out. Don't jump in that lake. So some of the slips are covered and some are just open. Nice little hangout place here at this little concrete shelf. And if you're handicapped, had trouble getting down on the beach, this place would be good to hang out. The fire pit. You can see this goes all the way down to where the guy in the orange shirt is. And those are cabins all in here. Anyhow, if you're wondering what Hills Resort is, this is what it looks like. There's some cabins back there across the street. A little further back, they're probably a little less expensive. I don't know the prices, but I'm sure that they have a website that'll give you all that information, and their open seasons, and the stone fireplaces are cool. Yeah, a lot of these decks look like they're new. These look like they're older cabins, been here a long time. I don't know how long this resort's been here, but I see it looks like they have air conditioners on the sides too. So it looks like they're air conditioned. Get a Weber barbecue, and you get this view. What's not to like about that view? Might be worth the extra bucks for the room and the comforts of home. I'm sure they got fireplaces, refrigerator, flush toilets. It's not really that rustic, I think. Haven't been in one of them, but just looking through, I see they look pretty well outfitted. Yeah, it looks like all these decks are new. So I'm sure they might have different prices also if it's peak season or off season like this. Because I'd say 90% are empty, 80–90% are empty. And that's the last cabin down there. It has an extra big, cool shaped deck. So that one's super private there.
You're missing a bell.
And of course you can do fishing here, water sports, swimming, canoeing, paddle boarding, water skiing, party boat. And there's the view. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little tour of Priest Lake. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see future videos, please subscribe to my channel. Renaissance Man still lives. Thanks for watching, and you have a spectacular day.